One.
What's up, boys? Week 12 recap. Back here with Joe. The Joe's not a nerd anymore, so he's not very smart. So I wouldn't take
Oh
everything he says
shit!
to
I
heart.
forgot to do that.
He's dumb now. There we go. He's smart again. Holy shit! Damn,
Dude,
it's
I knew I was.
amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing how smart you can get in an instant, dude.
dude, my
See,
IQ
now
just went up like 30 points at
I was
least.
about to say, now I believe everything you say. Anything you tell me, you can literally lead me down a dark alley and tell me there's going to be paradise at the end of it, and I will
Oh,
go
well,
down it. I will
there's
go
a pot
down
of
it.
gold down there.
Yeah,
There's a
see,
pot of gold.
call me a fucking leprechaun because I am there.
If I see a
well,
leprechaun, say yeah.
yeah. Oh man, that was a blast in the past. Nobody's heard that, by the way, unless you have to be like 28 minimum or older in order to know what the fuck that is.
Holy crap! Really?
Yeah, those were the best. Can you remember my new
We're
fucking
that old?
haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my new my new
My new
haircut.
haircut. Well, drinking out of cups, being a
Get out of
bitch.
cups.
Yeah,
Oh
back in the
man,
dark, back in the old times of YouTube. Those are
I know,
good
right?
times.
You're
Yeah,
getting a little bit now. You're actually getting nostalgic with some of these YouTube videos,
I know.
which is
I actually,
weird.
yeah. Last year, I remember going through and watching all the old YouTube videos. Don't worry, give it about 5 years. You're gonna be looking back on Vine doing the same thing. So.
At the same time.
Dude, this week was so lopsided. All the favorite teams won. It was kind of boring, honestly. We had one decent matchup
Yeah.
that got screwed over by the Steelers Ravens. Okay, I want to talk about the Steelers Ravens game real quick. If they're going to suspend, I mean, I get it. It's one of the best rivalries in NFL football. But if they're going to suspend a game due to COVID, why didn't they suspend the Broncos Saints game? Like, I'm glad they didn't, but doesn't that
Yeah.
sound a little sus?
It does sound a little sus. I'm going
Like,
to.
they completely screwed the Denver Broncos.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Like,
you're like, oh yeah, no quarterback.
screwed.
No problem. You're get back
Yeah.
out there, boys.
Then they had to start, what's his name? Kendall Finley or Finn
Kendall Hinton.
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 Yeah.
It's either Hinton or Hilton, but I think it's Hinton.
It's Hinton. Yeah, the practice squad backup high school wide receiver turned quarterback. What the fuck?
Yeah, you started feeling sorry for him at a certain point. You're just like,
I
man,
know.
this kid.
Shout out for Luke. Shout out to Luke for starting him
Golly.
though. um,
It amazes me. Which, by the way, he had a name change.
I know I saw that. I was going to get into that here in a second.
But that is, gosh, I think he let everything, all cards on the table now. I mean,
that's the best. If you're in the position he's in, there's nothing better than to see that. Fucking
still a
Tyreek
little
Hill.
upset. Still a little upset he didn't trade his kicker or try to trade his kicker.
I'm a little upset Young Hoku is still on the bench, but that's beside the point. We'll get into that. Fucking Tyreek Hill is not from this world. He's an alien. I am certain of it. He's been the
200
one.
points. I mean, 200 yards. 200 yards
200 something yards.
in the first quarter. In the first
Yeah.
quarter, not even the first half. Not even
The first
half.
quarter.
Like, the first half is like, wow, yeah, that's pretty good. Really, that's like dope, man. Like
That's
he just went
really
off in
good.
half. It's like first quarter. It's like Tyreek Hill is like, hey, dude, I don't want to wait around like a whole 15 minutes to get my 200. Let's just do it first 15.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He's not human. He's an alien. He's the one that's been putting the monoliths all over the world. You know, like in what was it,
Oh yeah, the
California or
monoliths.
Utah
Yeah,
or something?
yeah. And now
Yeah,
we're all freaked
it's
out. The
been
aliens are
Tyreek.
coming.
Yeah, it's just been Tyreek Hill, and he just races on from one end of the country to the other end of the world, and then he just pshum, 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 pshum,
Oh, so he's Flash.
essentially, yeah, but we call him the Cheetah because somebody else had Flash. Who had Flash? Who was called the Flash? There was somebody else. Yeah, somebody else had the nickname Flash. I can't remember who it was. But anyways, so one funny stat I saw from the weekend. So the Broncos using a backup wide receiver practice squad bullshit as quarterback scored just as many points against the Saints as Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Can you explain that using your nerd brain? Explain that, please.
Tom Brady's getting old, bro. Tom Brady is getting old. We all trying to deny it, especially in the media. They're trying to deny it, but Tom Brady's getting old.
Tom Brady, he
can't match the same amount of points as a freaking backup kick returner. I mean,
that's essentially what he is.
That's basically what he is.
I mean, that kind of is on the lowest end of the totem pole. You got like backup kick returner, and I guess what would be lower than that is backup punter.
Backup punter. Yep. That would be the lowest.
If you even have a backup punter, that would be the lowest.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't even, because I don't see anything else. Like,
no.
Backup punter is the lowest of the low. Are the Falcons good? I don't know. Are the Raiders bad? Which one is it, Joe? Tell me.
I think it's just Falcons are taking an opportunity for everybody to make fun of John Gruden, because as long as he's going to be on that 10-year contract, I mean, he's just going to be the target for, being made fun of anytime that Las Vegas struggles.
Yeah, it was.
But I think the biggest thing that hurts John Gruden at this point, because John Gruden doesn't believe in Derek Carr. He's going to give that facade about it, that he, that's my quarterback and stuff like that. But he would have never brought in Marcus Mariota, and right now he doesn't have a Marcus Mariota to fall back to. If he has Marcus Mariota, he falls back to him in that game.
I agree. I'm not a big Derek Carr guy either. He looks like he wears eyeliner, and he has small hands, and he's not good at quarterback. He's just not good.
I think he's a talented guy, but I don't think he puts in the amount of work that he needs to. I think he puts in.
He probably doesn't.
I think he puts in some work, and he thinks, "Oh man, this is a lot of work." But it's like, no, you're a professional QB. You need to be putting in a lot more hours than this.
But putting in 45 minutes of throwing time is not enough.
Mm-mm.
But he fumbles the ball way too much.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed from the weekend, before we get into the accolades, is the Cardinals are going downhill, which is bad news for Chris. But the Cardinals are not good. They are one Hail Mary away from being 0-4 in their last 4 games. Think about that. They are one Hail Mary away from being 0-4.
Well, they've looked flashy all year. They just, and honestly, it hasn't always produced wins though. And we get deceived because Murray Train's just going off for 30, 40 points or something like that. But I've seen some scenarios where he's played like that and then they don't win. And it's like, how long is that going to sustain if they're not winning?
We get blinded. We get blinded by Murray. We're like, oh my God, Murray's so cool. And he overshadows the fact that they didn't win. Yep. And that's on Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury, I don't think is a good coach for at least for this team. For this team, I think they need to bring in someone who can actually put it all together. Because Kyler Murray's going to do Kyler Murray things. You just got to be able to put the rest of the team in sync with him. You got to get Nuke the ball. You got to at least have 10 targets to DeAndre Hopkins every single week. That's got to be a must.
He's the better way to put it, Cliff Kingsbury is a good offensive coordinator, a good aggressive offensive coordinator. Let's put it that way. And sometimes those aggressive offensive coordinators need to kind of have a little bit of a leash. Like, hey, look, I know, I get we're going really aggressive here, but this is going to be the smarter choice, at this time. And they need somebody to kind of monitor them, maybe maybe a little bit like a Nick Saban-esque type of thing with Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is
Nick Saban, Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin's an offensive mastermind, but his time at Alabama is what is making him a better coach today. Because Nick Saban was able to be like, hey, all right, slow down, the guy. I get we want to do this, and this, right. And you are transform, and he let him transform the offense. I mean, Alabama's offense has never been the same since Lane Kiffin's been there. And
You're right.
so
they're both the most hard-headed people I've ever seen in my entire life. Just one's one way, one's the other. They just clash.
Well, that's why they split the way they did.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it was only a matter of time, but at the same time, it was very beneficial for Lane Kiffin to experience that.
Mm-hmm. Did you have anything else from this week, the games?
No, I think COVID really did a number on this week, which is why we had such a weird week. I know it did a number on my team. I mean, I was struggling for running backs. I almost started that like Sam Pajan guy or something like that from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Because what was it? Well, it wasn't COVID related, but Christian McCaffrey was out again. God, man.
He was your ultimate undoing, but I'll get to that on your.
And then, but I had James Conner out. I had Mark Andrews out. And then Mark Andrews, even if he was in, Lamar Jackson was out, so that wouldn't have been a good play anyways. So
RG3 didn't play very well from what I heard.
So yeah, and then a lot of other people were out for COVID, but I really think the Ravens tried, as a conspiracy theorist, I think they tried to cancel that game.
I think so too. I think you're absolutely right.
Because it was Sunday or Monday that they came out with 4 late COVID lists, and they were thinking that was going to be done. The NFL was like, nope, we're just going to move you to Wednesday.
Yeah, because that solves so many things. Like, we're going to back it up to a full 24 hours because that'll work for some reason.
Because you got 4 people that are going to be out for 10 days. That the math just doesn't add up.
Thank you, and I completely believe you in everything you say when it comes to numbers and math. It doesn't make any sense. I don't care. I'm just glad the game happened. Yeah. For Dave Almeida's sake, I wish it would have been a little more of an offensive affair, but I mean, it's the Steelers Raiders. What do you expect? Okay, getting on matchup of the week. Speaking of which, it's a good segue. Swamp Jim versus Fuck Yahoo. I was very interested. I was checking my phone and my computer to see how Big Ben was doing. I was watching this one. This one definitely could have been won by Dave Almeida. I needed it to be won by Dave Almeida to put some distance between me and fucking James.
We're back on hating James.
Right back on hating James. I am right back on that train. I left it for a little bit. I got homesick, and now I'm back in. So back in. Full on, I hate you, James. Done. That was a good one. One more quick thing. I'd like to kind of highlight coaches who have been fired since, that's been kind of a thing this year. Matt Patricia got fired.
Yeah.
I think it was long overdue. Congrats, Bobby. I'll talk about it in his little recap, which is coming up next. Matt Patricia got fired. I think it's a good thing. And honestly, as far as being fired from a head coach's perspective, being fired on Saturday night in the middle of a Michigan game isn't all that bad. Like, he kind of flew under the radar. Like, everybody was paying attention to that Michigan-Penn State game. Saturday night, they didn't have a game on Sunday. It kind of flew under the radar, I think it was a good choice for Matt Patricia, at least.
He doesn't have all the attention circled around him, Most of the time it's like Monday whenever everybody gets fired, and it's like, everybody going back to work and needs an excuse to look at the sports news, and so they'll be tuning in. But But Saturday night, you're right, dude. I mean, all the sports world's back into or watching sports and watching the live sports and not paying attention too much on the news. And so it was, good under the radar move, I guess. Yeah, it's a win for Matt Patricia.
A win for Matt Patricia.
Winners and losers, column.
He is going to get so fat. He is going to put on quarantine weight after quarantine. He's going to be like 400. Oh, yeah. He's going to be like that beard's going to grow out even farther. He's going to put on like 100 more pounds. and just have pencils shoved all in his beard and his behind his ear.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what happens. I mean, it could go either way when it comes to a breakup. You can either go the, getting ripped or jacked, like, because you're just so mad, or you're just gonna, you just get fat and lazy because, you're just
it's your
loathing in
choice.
their self-misery.
Well, yeah, because some people eat their feelings. Some people get pissed off and take it out on weights.
Yep.
You decided to take it out on weights, and now you look like Superman. Good for you, bud. Let's see. We have a name change.
Yep.
I love Luke. Luke, I think he just does this just so that, just purely based on just for our entertainment. Lord of the butt sex. I almost didn't. Yeah, I almost
so
didn't.
We were close. We were close. We went with lover of butt sex. But,
it was.
But you went with Lord, threw a curveball with us.
I like the Lord of the Rings reference though.
That is good.
100% on board, and he tried to make it so we gave him a hard time about getting boned by Bobby last week.
Oh yeah.
He wanted to try and make it like he was the one having the butt sex, not getting the butt sex. Hence the Lord. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see what he was doing there, and it was kind of a good move. It was a little bit of an alpha move. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's slowly but surely. Luke's brain can only handle one little change at a time. I like it.
Yeah.
Gandalf shoving lightning bolts up people's asses.
Jeez, I'm Pete. Anyways.
Ian McKellen's gay, right?
Yeah. Wasn't that from a movie?
I think so.
I think it was.
I mean, I've never had an original thought my entire life. everything I say is a compilation of memes, movie quotes, and everything that I just
morphed into.
It just morphed into my brain, so I have never had an original thought in my entire life.
Yeah.
All right, high point. Fucking. Who do you think?
That would be over the hill.
No, that would be Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill single-handedly had the high point.
The high point, yes.
That's it. That's all I'm going to say on that.
He literally almost beat my team this week.
Dude, he almost beat my team. I know. Well, we'll get to your team. But one more thing than Sarah Marotti's of the week. Benchwarmer is Luke's daddy. Here's the thing, Bobby. I was looking. It doesn't really matter if you had Murray in there and Carson Wentz. I still would have beat you. So you can rest assured that I don't think you would have won. So
just had to make that clear,
Yeah, I just wanted to make. Well, it makes. I was trying to make him feel better,
Or trying to, soften the backlash on the Snapchat message board.
Yeah.
Hey, look. If you really put it all together, it wouldn't have gotten there. So,
even your ideal lineup wouldn't have won. So there's nothing you could do. Also,
it's like the big corporations with the protesters. It's like, hey, yeah, we're BML or BLM. Don't we are supporting you, but don't smash our buildings.
I officially title myself as the streak snapper. I do it. I think it's the third time I've done it this season. I am putting together a little bit of a run myself.
Yeah,
not sorry, Bobby. I snapped your impressive win streak. It was a good one. It was good while it lasted. Congratulations to you. You're still right in the middle of the playoff race, so you're good. Speaking of which, technically, I'm the only one that has clinched. Technically, I'm the only one
that's got that little star by it.
Yeah. So technically, but anyways, all right. Star Marotti's of the week. You want to go first?
Yeah, I kind of discussed this one on the board.
We'll bounce back and forth. You do one, I do one. You do one, and I would do one.
Yeah. Well, I kind of I just had a good one with Bobby since we talked about it on the board. You know, he was like, oh, why do I trust Cam Newton so much? And I was like, he's your Sarah Morrow. So that is my Sarah Morrow of the week, is the Cam Newton, especially coming off that 300-yard passing game. You know, you thought, hey, look, you know, the Patriots were going to trust him. Like, this is it moving forward. Like, he's developed during the season. This would be that time to do it, you know, especially when they still have I think they still have a chance for the playoffs. It's dwindling.
They do.
But yeah, they still have a chance for the playoffs. Oh yeah, especially since there's 7 teams in the playoffs in each side.
Yeah.
Because of COVID. So
yeah, they added a team.
Yeah. So you thought, you know, he was going to start hitting the ground running, but nope, 5 points right there.
5, like less than 6 points, and against the Cardinals, which I love the Cardinals defense. I'm a huge Patrick Peterson guy, as you know.
Yep.
But you can put up some numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's a good tease, actually. I did not have that one down. That's a good one. I have one of my nominees is Josh Jacobs. Like, what the fuck was that?
I wonder what that's, you know, if that's a little bit personal.
That's what the fuck, man. You're playing the Atlanta fucking Falcons, who have an interim head coach who has sucked on defense all year. Like,
all year long.
You are ready to eat, man. Feast.
Yep.
And then,
I mean, because they're still in the playoff picture.
I know.
Tough division.
And the biggest thing was last week they looked like a formidable team against the Chiefs. They looked great. I'm like, oh, they're gonna mop the floor with this Atlanta defense. No. Lousy, you know.
Although that Chiefs Raider game is an actual rivalry game.
Oh, it's one of the bigger rivalries in the NFL. It's a huge rivalry.
It's a pretty big one. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the biggest, but
no, it's not.
But
I'd say Steelers, Ravens.
Steelers, Ravens is a big one.
Green Bay, Bears,
Chicago. Yep.
Atlanta, New Orleans.
Atlanta Saints are a big rivalry.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So with Josh Jacobs is one of mine. Do you have another one?
Well, let's just follow on right along with that team. I mean, you could say Derek Carr. I mean, he had 1 point. 1 point. Like,
Derek Carr had 1 point?
Derek Carr had 1 point, and then he was in the starting lineup because of the Lamar Jackson situation, but 1 point.
Oh God.
Yes. That's Sarah Morrow getting dolled up and putting that eyeliner right there for.
Oh yeah, that is. They both got eyeliner. Yeah, that's true. They both get dolled up, put on the eyeliner, and just give you the worst blue balls.
Yep.
Oh
just
God.
Give you that stare from Incredibles.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that was funny. That's the album cover of his new heavy metal album.
His new heavy album. There's so many directions you can go with that.
Oh, I know. I love it. My second one is Alvin Kamara. Only because, like, it's the Broncos. They don't have an actual quarterback, so their offense is never going to be on the field.
Yeah.
It is time for – I mean, like, I thought it was going to be Alvin Kamara. Apparently, it was Latavius Murray.
Yeah.
That was a huge tease for me. Even for James, I was like, damn, man. Alvin Kamara was poised to have a fucking fire week.
Yeah. Well, you knew that they were going to run the ball, which was the opportunity should have been there. However,
that's another thing. Taysom Hill.
What's up?
That's another thing. With Taysom Hill starting too, they should have been running the ball. You would have thought, at least. Yeah. Well, no,
they were supposed to be running the ball, but Alvin Kamara does benefit a lot from the passing game too. So that and then Alvin Kamara, they like to run him on the outsides a little bit. They'll run him insides, but I mean, most of the time, Latavius Murray is your guy to run in between the tackles.
Right.
If I was thinking correctly, I would have made a push to trade Murray, but that's me being Captain Hindsight. But I did actually make a push to trade for Brian Hill for some reason, and Luke was just not giving him. Like, I even threw CeeDee Lamb on the table. Like, I was like, look, I just need a run back this week. He's like, no. I was like, Luke, come on. Like,
Fuck
what are you doing? Like, fuck you, Luke. Dude, you're last.
You're last, man. Yeah, so my second one was Alvin Kamara. Do you have another one?
I just had those two, to be honest with you.
Okay, I had my other one was the Cleveland defense. I mean, think about it. Against the Jaguars, you get 0 points against the Jaguars, and they were coming off a 20-point game last week.
Yeah,
20. Yeah, like come on, man. That was a tease.
Yeah.
And then I have an honorable mention. Kellen Hinton. Kendall Hinton. Only because Luke started him. That's
Luke started him this week.
At wide receiver. He started a quarterback at wide receiver. He technically had two starting quarterbacks in his starting lineup. I mean, good for you, bud. You worked the system there. You make my brain hurt, but yeah, he
did work the system to get two quarterbacks on there. Just unfortunately, he picked one that just hasn't played quarterbacks in years, and
since probably junior year of high school.
Probably junior year of high school. But no, actually, he played. I think he played in college a little bit.
All right. Well, to make this story funnier, I'm gonna say
let's say high school.
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else before we get into the matchups?
I think that's about it.
Beautiful. Playoff picture shaping out. There's a few guys that are done, but most of y'all are still in it. So, all right, let's try and quickly get through these so that we're not spending hours on this.
Yep.
First matchup: Vigio Morgenstein versus Luke's daddy. Streak snapper.
Here. Yeah.
Streak snapper right here. Who's 9-3? Who clinched the playoffs? Who's ready to win the ship, boy? This guy.
All right. Well, okay. Are you done now?
No. I got one more thing. I am completely responsible for putting the bad juju on Bobby. Remember last week? You know what I was doing last week? I give him all the compliments. Great job. Shout out Bobby
anal?
With the streak. Huh?
Were you doing anal with a girl?
No, what? No.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what you were.
I wish.
You said you know what I was doing last week. I was like,
anal? No. I was putting bad juju on Bobby's team by saying all the good stuff about him.
I see what you did.
Yeah. See. Right. Chestnut checkers, bud. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm done.
Juju gods. See how that? It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that pays off.
Yeah, that's gonna come back to bite me in the ass in the playoffs, dude. I'm gonna score like 67 points against probably Alex Huff, and Alex Huff's gonna put up 175, and I'm gonna just get absolutely boned in the playoffs for saying that.
Well, the good thing is you clinched the playoffs, so you can take it easy on the next 2 weeks. So
there's $50 for the winner of the regular season.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So maybe not.
And I've already spent all of y'all's money, so I'm just gonna win that.
Why am I not surprised?
I do it every time. It goes straight into my account, and I spend it that weekend on booze. So thank y'all.
Josh just starts drinking, and he forgets why he has that money in his account. It's like, oh, I got money, man. Hits on me. Rounds on me. Drinks on me.
Yeah, just like, wait, where did I get this from? And then I start to convince myself that money just pops out of thin air. And then I go from there and proceed to get blacked out. But anyways, what were you gonna say?
Well, I guess going back to the matchup again, but King Henry has entered his reign. He has entered his era.
Yes.
I know this is from personal past experience last year of having Derrick Henry on my team. I know at the end of the season is where he eats, and I hate to say it, but you got yourself in the perfect position because now you got yourself with a solid lead. You're going into the playoffs constructed a pretty good team. The only thing is Jacobs might be the thing, but Derrick Henry is definitely going to boost you through the playoffs for sure.
Right.
Because at the end of the season, He's one of those backs. He's just those gruesome backs that, you know, everybody, all the defenses have been worn down at this point, and he eats. And nobody wants to tackle him because it's like, oh, shoot, man, I'm already sore as shit. Like, I can't take this guy down.
I'm so glad you said that. That was literally one of the first things on my notes. It is Derrick Henry season. You were absolutely right. It doesn't matter if it's in the game or in the season. He's a second half type of guy.
Yeah.
He's a second half guy. This is when that's when his legs start churning harder when it gets colder out, when it gets later in the season. People don't want to take those hits anymore. He is not somebody who is fun to tackle. You know, there's some people who are fun to tackle. He is not someone who is fun to tackle. If you don't come up and meet him at the line of scrimmage in the middle, in between the two tackles, it hurts. It hurts. He puts a hurting on him. And it's kind of funny. Bobby got a little taste of his own medicine in that regard. You know, him beating people with solely Dalvin Cook.
Some superstar going off for 30 plus. Yep.
Yeah.
Little taste of his own medicine.
Little taste of his own medicine there.
Yep. And I noticed his superstars killed him. I mean,
yep.
Hopkins and Cook, even though they both got 8 points apiece, I mean, that's from a superstar, and if you're trying to win the league, you can't have that happen.
Yeah.
You can't have that happen. So
Cam Newton screwed him pretty bad too.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also done that. He's also won games in the past without Cam Newton too. I mean, this team is constructed. This team is constructed around mediocre quarterback play.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
He can have a game manager at QB, but the other guys are basically set to produce. These other guys need to produce for him.
Yes, and that's why I think the Cardinals going downhill is a little concerning for him.
Yep,
because
he's got DeAndre 2 main players from there. Yep.
Yes. Now Kenyon Drake did do well, but he's going to need both DeAndre Hopkins and Kenyon Drake and Tyler Lockett. What is up with the NFC West? I don't quite understand the NFC West very much.
They started hot. They
all started hot. They were like, "Oh, NFC West is the best division in football again, or best division in the NFC again." Yada yada yada.
They peaked too soon.
They peaked too soon.
You know, Cliff Kingsbury was so excited at Arizona. You know, he finally got like DeAndre Hopkins and like an offense put together that could be explosive, and just used it all of his plays at the very beginning.
Yep.
And then, you know, Russell Wilson got the same way. He's like, oh, I finally have a passing attack. Like, I'm just going to throw everything out there. And, you know, now we're a passing team. But they do have to run the ball.
Defenses always evolve. They always evolve to whatever the offense is putting out. So if you're an offense and you're going to put out the same shit every single week, eventually the defense is going to catch on.
Yep.
That's just the way it is. You never see the defense, you know, make the first move.
Nope. They always react.
They always react. Correct. So that's why it's good to draft some players on teams that have better second halves. Justin Jefferson looking like he's going to have a better second half, especially with Adam Thielen out. I don't know how much longer he's going to be out.
Yeah, that was just COVID related, so I don't expect that to be long. But Justin Jefferson has established himself as a playmaker on the team, and now has to be a go-to guy at some point. He has to get some of his catches. So good for him, good for you. But
thank you. So Bobby's still right in the mix of things. I need to drop Jared Cook. I don't know why I keep him on my team.
We talk about this every week.
I'm just – because, like, I get so excited for him every single week. Joe, I convince myself every single week that he's going to somehow have a good game because Taysom Hill's got to throw to tight ends.
Well, the good thing, no, not necessarily.
Oh, man.
Taysom Hill's going to be limited on how much he throws. He's not going to Drew Brees in and throw a billion bunches of passes. And Sean Payton knows that his greatest asset with Taysom Hill is going to be the run game too. So he's going to also utilize, you know, plays like 3rd and 2, like when Drew Brees would initially like use that as a play action or something like that. Taysom Hill is going to do the QB power because he just can't stop it. So
True.
And
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Sean Payton's just going to get off by it because that's what he likes. That's what he does.
Yeah.
With Taysom Hill, it's like he's like 2-yard gains. Oh yes.
Taysom secret stuff.
I know.
But yeah, I don't have.
Yeah, he's only going to really. I mean, Jared Cook, I don't know if he's going to be in the mix. I think he's only really going to – he's going to do design plays for Mike Thomas. I think that's going to be the only real receiving threat. I think somebody else might get – I mean, Jared Cook might get a good game every now and then, but I don't find him to be a guy that just dumps it off.
Yeah, I agree. All right, I don't really have anything else except for advice on this one. Do you have anything else?
I think Bobby needs to play the QB market. I just don't know if Wentz is the answer on playing the QB market.
Fuck no, Philly sucks.
Yeah.
Philly
he did score 19 points.
I know, but Philly themselves are hot garbage.
Yeah, so that also is going to play a factor if they keep sucking. Yeah. That's going to affect Wentz's play because their offensive line's terrible. But I think he needs to play the QB market.
Okay.
Each week. But I have a little new segment again as well.
Oh boy!
Advice. I have a strength and a kryptonite for the rest of the week. So I pick a player out that's going to be your strength, and I pick a player that's going to be.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. So this is not suggesting anything as far as like who to start and who not to or whatnot. It's just somebody I just for fun that I think going to be your strength going into the playoffs and through the playoffs, and somebody who's going to be your kryptonite.
By kryptonite, you mean you're going to start them and they're going to suck, and then you're going to keep starting them and they're going to continue to suck.
Well, they're just going to let you down. Like it's somebody that you pretty much have to start. But at the same time, it's just going to let you down on some matchups.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Go for it.
All right. Well, we'll start off with your team. So I've got your strength player. Obviously, it's King Henry.
Yep.
Derrick Henry is going to be the strength player. I mean, it's just we're in his era now. We're in his reign. This is the time he's just going to eat. He's going to grind.
This is Derrick Henry's world. The defense is just living it.
Yep, and I think your kryptonite, as it's been all season, which, you thought he was going to come back around, but Josh Jacobs. Jacobs is going to be – I think Josh Jacobs – there's just too many up and down performances. Like, I think you will get a real good couple of – there'll be maybe 2 good 20-point performances out of him. But I think you're also going to get a couple of, single-point performances out of him too. So – I think he's going to be your kryptonite, but I mean, he's a must-start player because he is,
and a big reason is because the Raiders are trying to make a playoff push too.
Yeah,
so they need their players to do well all through the rest of the season, and then he's going to put up single-digit numbers. I hate that you say that. Fuck you, dude. All right, what about Bobby?
This one's gonna be fun. All right, straight for Bobby. I think the running backs. I could put them as a collective whole. Because both of them have actually been doing really well. I think Dalvin Cook, he's one of the best. He's gonna get his carries. Kenyon Drake, I've been a little bit skeptical about him, but in a high-powered offense that he's in, he's gonna have opportunities, especially by the goal line. I thought Chase Edmonds would probably steal some of those carries, but it looks like he's a good more the goal line back. I think he'll be a strength. So I think the running backs are definitely going to be a strength going into the season. And then was it? I think I made this one a pretty easy one too. I wanted to say Cam Newton, but I like to go with Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Tyler Lockett does have explosive playmaker ability, and if they find that he's got a better matchup than DK Metcalf, they'll play into it. But DK Metcalf has established himself as a number one receiver, and he's got the prototype. He's the prototype number one wide receiver, and you have to play into that.
He's the prototype Terminator, dude. Have you seen this guy? It's insane.
That's true.
Cool. I like it. My advice for Bob is the next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks are must win. He has to win these next 2 weeks. So he has to play. I think he'll have to play the matchups very, very closely. He may have to bench somebody he doesn't want to. I think you just got to keep an eye out. Mike Williams might not be the play anymore. The Chargers suck. The Anthony Lynn is not a good coach. He might have to bench someone like Mike Williams or Tyler Lockett. I know he was on your must start, but especially Mike Williams in that flex position when you can put like someone like Latavius Murray or someone else. Yeah. So he might have to bench somebody he doesn't want to. But yeah, that's all I got. I didn't give myself advice again. Proud of me?
Jeez and Pete, you take so many things to heart in person.
I do. I do. It makes things fun though.
Yeah.
You have anything else?
No, I'll give you some advice though.
Oh yeah, give me that.
Just ride your team, dude. Like there's really not too much going on. You did the right move on putting Hooper instead of Cook. You finally let that go.
Yeah, right.
I think that's going to be your move. I mean, you'll be weak in the position, but Hooper will at least give you some points. So actually, he won't lay a goose. I don't think he will lay a goose egg.
I agree. Cool. Vigil Morgenstein beats Luke's Daddy 130.44 to 81.6. Moving on. Me Jerk and Beef Boys versus Falcons Tank. Biggs, unfortunately, I think you're done. But good thing is the Falcons look good.
Should we do the ceremonial missing the playoff? The missing the playoff ceremony?
What, just a moment of silence?
No. Na 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 na. Hey, goodbye.
I like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
We'll do it in each matchup. So, nobody's left out.
But, again, spin zone. Falcons look good, especially without Gurley, and Georgia won. So, say something nice about Biggs.
I think he's moved on. I
I think so, too. I think he's got
Modern Warfare.
Yeah. He's playing pretty well. Good for him.
Modern Warfare. He's got a lot of things going for him. I mean, he's got a baby on the way. He's got Modern Warfare. He's got weed.
Great. Yeah, he's got weed. He's got lots of weed.
Lots of weed. I mean, I think that's his real babies right there.
He's got 2 kids on the way.
He's got 2 kids on the way.
And they're not twins.
Not identical twins by any means.
Well, on a more serious note, Jerf's team is looking scary. Look, Joe, I think he had even though he didn't get high point, he had the best week for sure. Because if you look at his team up and down, there's one person, including his kicker, one person that got single digits. Yeah.
Yep. No, that's the week that you want to see. Even though you and over the hill, Alex Huff got the flashy points that everybody looks for as well. This is what you wanted because that's usually sustainable work by those players. Because
that's a playoff push team.
That is a playoff push team. No, you're absolutely right. And that's the thing. When you have a team like that, you don't really worry about a Josh Allen scoring 16 points.
Exactly.
That's fine. That's what you need to get over the win.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about Duke Johnson on the bench with 15 points.
Duke Johnson. Dude, why didn't you start Duke Johnson?
I don't know. Why would you not start Duke Johnson? Like, over Davis?
15 points on the bench.
Bench?
Receiving touchdown. He's got 43 receiving yards. I mean, that's the catches are half a point.
Come on, dude. He's so fast. He's lightning speed. Dude, he is so fast.
I mean, he's got so much potential. He could be a starting running back in this league.
Yeah, dude, don't ever bench him again. What is wrong with? Why would you ever have him on your bench? I don't get it, Jerf. He boggle my mind.
He could have improved his score by a solid 6 points, and then 6 points is a lot if he would have played him over Mike Davis.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand what he's thinking. But one scary thing is Austin Eckler is big time back.
Yes.
He's big time back.
He might not – I mean, I'm not trying to knock on Austin Eckler, but he might not be like one of the top running backs in the league. But as far as a fantasy running back, he is a baller.
Stud.
Baller. He scores points. Like he's like Blake Bortles. Like like he's not going to be like the difference maker in the game, but hey, he'll even tell the reporters, he's like, hey, did you see my stats? Did you see my you know?
Big stats guy.
Big stats guy. But yeah, he's going to score. He's going to score a lot of points. So that is what really makes him scary. Patience has finally paid off for Jerv.
Yep.
So, yep.
He's got a solid team. Evan Ingram is coming through in a big way.
Yep.
Fuck the Rams and their defense. Devontae Adams is still, I think, probably the best fantasy player, besides maybe Deshaun Watson. But so Mahomes had a day. Did you see that?
Yep.
It's no longer Tom Brady's NFL. It is Patrick Mahomes' NFL.
It's Patrick Mahomes, and the race
out with the old, in with the new.
The race for greatness begins.
Yep. I mean, I'm excited. I love the guy, and the Chiefs are poised to have like monster seasons for the next 10 years. So,
yeah, no, it's I like him as the new face of the NFL. He's a good kid. I mean, he's still like a kid, but yeah, and I mean, he just sling the ball.
Yeah,
just flat out sling the ball. I hope his technique doesn't like catch up to him, which I don't think so, just because of the talent level that he has. But
I was about to say, yeah.
The guy just flings things off his back foot a lot, if you notice. He'll just be like, oh, fling it, and it's just like a perfect dime.
Yeah.
Receiver. It's like, how did that work?
It doesn't make much sense. It's kind of like it defies the laws of physics almost.
Yeah, and then he throws across his body all the time, but
that's what I was gonna say. He contorts his body in such a way that like he could literally throw it that way.
Yeah, but the throw it's there with enough velocity and enough accuracy that it doesn't even look like it's a bad throw. Most other QBs, it's like, oh no, what is he doing? I see this ball just flying through the air and it takes forever to get over there. But
yep.
It's like zoop.
Yep. He's got the zoomies. I like it.
He's got that Aaron Rodgers zip.
Yep. Russell Wilson needs to only target DK Metcalf from here on out. Holy shit. He's a monster.
Dude, he just muscled every catch he got.
I know.
Darius Slay did not do bad coverage on him all night.
I know.
All night. I can't really point to a time he had bad coverage on him. It's just like he just muscled it. Like there was a moss.
Better.
He got mossed one time, and it wasn't Darius Slay's fault.
He's just DK is just better than everyone else. He's just better. That's it. That's the only way I can describe it. He's just better. I don't know how else to say it. Jerv, good call not starting Jared Goff. I would have thought that score was going to get run the fuck up. But good for you. He had like 5 points. Same. I thought the Rams versus 49ers, you'd think some points are going to get put on the board, but yeah, I don't know. Shanahan's a great coach though. So
Shanahan is a good coach. He actually, and they got that good defensive coordinator. I don't know what his name is, but he's been there for quite a little while. He is a good defensive coordinator, about, yeah. But he also just doesn't have a lot of talent right now because of all the injuries.
I know. Do you have anything else on this one?
I think I'm good. Let me see. I guess the bright spot on Falcons Tank 21 was Jamal Williams. I did not call that one.
No, me neither.
I would have never called that one as far as 73 rush yards and a rushing touchdown. I know that
Washington defense.
That has to be worrisome to Aaron Rodgers owner, fuck Yahoo. But
I own Aaron Rodgers.
No, Aaron Jones. My bad.
Aaron Jones.
Wrong Aaron.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but other than that, yeah, that was a bright spot. All right, moving on.
Yeah, the Washington defense too. They got the best pass defense in the league.
Yeah.
So, my advice for Jerv: don't overthink your bench. Ride your starters while they're hot. Don't, because it's easy. Because especially with like some of the guys that he has on his bench and coming off of IR, it's hard to not overthink it. Just if it ain't, keep it going. The advice for bigs is side bets, side bets, side bets, and yeah, just try to get your money back. And please set your lineup. I'm asking, just asking.
Yep. Yeah, we do. We could use him to set his lineup, especially that Todd Gurley. You could tell he kind of threw the towel in with not starting not starting somebody else. But I mean, not to say it would have made a difference, but moving forward, I would like to see him still set his lineup. Do we have a Shiva award?
I don't know.
No, we still have the T-shirt. Who has the T-shirt? Bobby. Bobby has it.
I think Bobby still has it.
Bobby
yeah. James and I did a side bet too. I'll talk about it next.
In the matchup.
Yeah. Do you have anything else for this one?
No. I'll go through my strength and kryptonite.
Yes.
So my strength players for Meet Dirk and Beat Boys, of course, is going to be Davante Adams, and Davante Adams, if I was looking correctly, he has matchups with Philadelphia, Detroit, Carolina, Tennessee, and Chicago. Chicago, a good matchup, but other than that,
yeah, but Chicago sucks.
He should. Well, Chicago's also Week 17, which will be done with the playoffs by then.
Not necessarily. Chicago might still be right in the mix.
No, aren't we going to be done with our playoffs?
Oh, our playoffs. Oh, I gotcha.
So it's not. It's going to be.
No, I think Week 17 might be the championship.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the way I did it.
Not afraid to run into people sitting out at that time. I mean, I guess you just have to play it. Everybody can be the same way.
Yeah, no, actually, it goes into Week 17.
Okay.
I wanted to utilize the entire season, so.
Okay. But still good matchups. I think his kryptonite is going to be his RB2. I think Austin Eckler is going to be a good RB1 moving on forward, but Mike Davis with Christian McCaffrey coming back at some point. I don't know. Maybe he might have a good RB2 because of that. And, try to figure out that number 2 spot. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, he's got some options too, but you never know which one's going to show out.
Yeah, it's not like a consistent option.
Right.
And then Falcons Tank 21. I would say Mahomes, obviously. I mean, that's a pretty obvious pick as far as strength goes.
Yeah.
And his kryptonite, I'm going to have to go with Robbie Anderson. Even though Robbie Anderson did do really, really good this time, hear me out. He is starting to discover some other wide receivers. And I think he'll have some games where he's going to kind of, not as good of games. And, the matchup's going to be better for DJ Moore. Well, not DJ Moore, but Curtis Samuel. I know they were trying to get him involved in the offense a little bit more so. But, I mean, the last 2 weeks he had, 4 and 8. He's going to have a bye in week 13. And then Denver's going to be tough. Green Bay's going to be tough. Washington actually plays pretty good defense in New Orleans.
True.
So I think there's going to be some of those matchups that aren't going to be as good as, we normally see from Robbie Anderson. So I think, but at the same time, you got to start Robbie Anderson.
That is true. That's actually right. His remaining schedule is not conducive to good wide receiver play. So that's true. I for some reason I just saw the 17.4 points and thought it was fucking crazy.
It looks weird right now. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't look really like a good choice right now. But
yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, that's a kryptonite. It's like, oh man, hey, he did good this week. But
you're absolutely right. Cool. Anything else on this one?
That's it.
All right. Falcons Tank 21 loses to Meet Jerk and Beef Boys 92.78 to 135.28. Moving on to Swamp Jim versus Fuck Yahoo. So James and I have this bet going that if I win, he has to wear a shirt with a picture of my face, whatever I want. And if he wins, I have to wear a shirt with a picture of his face for the whole day.
All day.
We got to take pictures of it and everything.
Every Sunday for next season.
It was every Sunday for next season. That is true. I may have had a few White Claws. Fuck. I may have had a few White Claws when we made this bet. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's every Sunday for the NFL season, right?
The
Yeah.
NFL season, yes.
Okay. Cool.
Next year.
That's. Yep. So getting to the matchup itself, Big Ben failed Dave. Big Ben failed Dave.
Yep.
That sucks. I was really wanting Dave to win this one because it would have put some distance between me and James. Also, I'm back on hating James. The hating James tray. I hate James. Fuck you, James.
Yep. Seems like Josh. You know.
Yeah. I hate James.
He's only going to do something for so long, and then he's going to switch. You know, the ADHD.
I always revert back to my old ways too. That's something you can always count on. Deshaun Watson is like probably one of the best fantasy players, at least one of the best fantasy quarterbacks this year. Like,
yeah. No, ever since Bill O'Brien got fired, I mean, he has been the best, like you said, one of the best fantasy quarterbacks. I mean, he's just been lights out.
Yeah.
And honestly, he's kind of turned into the quarterback that I was thinking he would be. When he was coming out of college, I really liked Deshaun Watson. I thought he was just a great passer, you know, with some good legs. I mean,
yep.
He wasn't like that dual threat. And then there was just something about it. He kind of has a championship aura about him, like just a winner aura about him. He just
that was made in Clemson.
Yeah, he was like a born winner. Just some of those players that just that kind of just fight through it all. Does whatever it takes. I mean, because that Alabama game, that Alabama Clemson game was insane.
Wild.
He
One of the
team on his back.
One of the better college games I have ever seen. I
mean, they had a good game plan. They were just that was like Clemson, like Dabo Swinney at halftime. He's like, look, I think if we get to 80, 90 plays in this offensive snaps, I think we win this game.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to wear down the defense, and I think we'll be able to play our game at that because
they had
defense, and they did.
They had Sammy Watkins that year, right?
Yeah, I want to say it was Sammy Watkins. I knew there was a big time receiver. I want to say it was Sammy Watkins.
Yeah. So great job drafting Deshaun Watson. I know you didn't do that on purpose because you're not that smart. Nick Chubb is a beast. Nick Chubb is a monster.
Nick Chubb is a monster.
It's unfortunate he didn't have him for most of the season because he probably would have won. He probably would be right in the thick of things if he had Nick Chubb all season.
Yeah.
Although we could say that about anyone who got injured.
Yeah.
So,
that's true. But yeah, Nick Chubb for sure.
He's a delight to watch.
Yeah. No, he's great, and just came back maybe just a little too late on him. Yep. But yeah, you have to really kind of point this towards Big Ben and Indianapolis defense really kind of letting them down. I mean, you can't get
but
3 points.
Yeah, but Indianapolis is one of those defenses you kind of have to play.
Sorry, well that's the thing. That was. No, I wasn't gonna say that's a Sarah Morrow because that Tennessee's a pretty good team. But that's not a Sarah Morrow candidate. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I really liked to see the big thing from him. I really like kind of seeing was Cooper kind of coming back into form. Amari Cooper. Hey, he's got a lot of good things going for him. Like this was a tough loss for all.
Tough. It's huge. And like I think Davis had tough losses like the last 5 weeks he's had to deal with tough losses. Like I'm not saying he lost every single one of them, but he's had to deal with some tough losses. I'm not even trying to like be nice to him because he was so pissed about he got fucked over. But that's just the way his team's set up. He's got a great team. Like Gallman Jr.'s rounding into form. Like but by the way, should the Giants trade Saquon?
No.
Gallman Jr. looks good.
No.
He looks good.
You don't trade Saquon Barkley. I think you utilize both of them because they're different. They have different playing styles. I mean, Saquon Barkley is more of your traditional run in between the tackles type guy, and Gallman, he's got a little bit more of a receiving threat to him.
Yeah, true.
I think they can complement each other. Very much like Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara.
That's been kind of the trend in the NFL these days. But one thing I wanted to say, the start of the past second half of the season for defenses has been the Saints.
Most definitely.
Since that Carolina game, they've had Chicago with 7 points. Then they had 16, 14, 16, 14.
Yeah, it's been insane.
They've been the start. Yes. So unfortunately, people on James's team are getting hot at the right time. He always finds a way to start somebody with 0 points. This is another thing that pisses me the fuck off. Like I don't think he's had a week where he hasn't started somebody who hasn't had 0 points. A goose egg, and he's
8-4 in the league.
He's 8-4, and he's had a goose egg on every fucking week. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much.
Yeah. No, well, the thing was he was proactive in trying to get somebody to start in that flex position, but he just wasn't proactive whenever we realized that the Broncos was not going to have 3 QBs and available for that game.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
one last thing I had for this. How you know a wide receiver is very, very good is when you put a backup, very, very bad quarterback on the team, and he still eats. T. Higgins is nasty. Nasty. He is very good. Yeah. And he will continue to be very good for any fantasy owner that has him and for the Cincinnati Bengals. That's how, because especially when you have AJ Green on the other side and they go to you.
Oh, yeah. No, T. Higgins is like Justin Jefferson. He's one of those rookies that has established himself like, hey, look, I'm going to this is going to be our playmaker moving forward. And we have to get him some of the catches. So he's doing something right for sure.
Dude, this has been kind of like the rookie year for wide receivers, man. They are everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, even Henry Ruggs. He hasn't been the greatest, but
no, it came in as a highly touted draft class.
Huge. Jerry Jeudy.
It looks like it's going to be some of those guys, even if they haven't really hit their stride yet, there's a lot of opportunity for them, and they're already doing things that look like they're going to be a great wide receiver class in the NFL.
Right. Let me see. I have one more thing. Oh yeah, Adrian Peterson finally had a game. Oh, what do you think Matt Patricia firing is going to do for DeAndre Swift? I think his stock's going to go up.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think Matt Patricia was just in love with Adrian Peterson. I think he let him fuck his wife, and so that's why he was starting. They're into that swinger shit. I can see Matt Patricia being into swingers. That's my thing.
If you could see anybody into swinging.
Well, I just picture all these rich, famous, beautiful people having sex all the time. That's just it. That's where my mind goes sometimes. But anyways, I think because Patricia had such a crush on Peterson that's why he played and DeAndre Swift didn't play as much. I think the tables are going to turn. Unfortunately, he's on Alex Huff's team, but I think they're finally going to switch in favor towards DeAndre Swift. That's my take on Patricia being gone.
They definitely could change some things around, and I know we've noticed that the firing of some coaches have actually played some positives. Houston,
Atlanta
has been doing good. Atlanta's been doing well as far as fantasy goes, but fantasy production. So this really could be a big thing, because a lot of times that's what happens. They usually consider the season kind of lost anyways, so they just let off the reins, and then that's when people relax. They just kind of do their thing. They don't care. Yeah. They don't care what they're calling. They're just trying to call something, which is pretty unpredictable if you're a defense. Somebody that isn't going to go to their normal tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of do whatever just to try it out to see if it works or not. It's pretty dangerous.
You have anything else before we get to the advice?
I think that's about it on my end.
Okay. My advice for Dave, forget what I said about Higgins last week. Start Higgins all the time. I know you're out, but please set your lineup. We can do the na 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 na
Na
na
na na na. Hey, goodbye.
Goodbye, Dave. I'll miss you. So yeah, forget what I said about Higgins. Play him always. And James. So since you're already gonna play someone that will have a goose egg every week, make it fun for us, like Luke did in starting Hinton. Gamble on a player. Make it fun. Make it interesting. I want you to gamble on somebody that no one ever sees coming, and then you look like a genius. Because here's the thing. You can't look any more stupid because you already play someone who drops a goose egg.
Anyways.
So make it fun. Make it fun. Make it something that I can enjoy. Because every single time I look at your team, I want to throw up. So let me have some fun. That's it. Gamble on a player. You're going to play someone who has 0 anyways. So just have fun and gamble on it, please. That's all I got.
All right. Well, I'll go with my strength and kryptonite players moving forward. I got my strength is obviously for James is going to be Deshaun Watson. Just unbelievable. And I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. And then the kryptonite, I went with both of the running backs.
Kamara and Carson.
They kind of been both like both of them are listed questionable, so that shows that they're at least a little bit injured. You don't know what Kamara's going to be doing because the last 2 weeks with Taysom Hill has been all right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 10 points the game before, and then 5 points this game. Not great stats by Kamara, who's been like carrying his team, and then Chris Carson. I mean, he got himself 12. He got him that touchdown and whatnot. But I mean, even him, you don't know if the injury status is going to be in and out.
True.
In between each week.
And like you said, you have to start both of them.
Yep. Fuck Yahoo got the strength. Obviously, it's Nick Chubb. Strength usually is a pretty obvious player. And the Nick Chubb, I mean, just moving forward, I mean, he's going to eat as long as he stays healthy.
Right. I think I know who your kryptonite's going to be, but continue.
I have Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Aaron Jones, I have to go with the other running back.
What Jamal Williams did.
Yes, and especially the way Devontae Adams has been playing as well. You've got Lazard coming into the mix, so they might kind of favor towards that end. And if the ways Jamal Williams plays, you don't know if they're going to actually start kind of resting Aaron Jones. Maybe limits his touches just because, they're trying to save him for a playoff run. Keep him fresh.
Now the silver lining on that one is Gallman Jr. has been playing pretty well, and it's looking like he's going to play pretty well moving forward. So you got that under your belt because he's had 14, 12, 14, 18, and then now 16. So
yeah. Well, we talked about that last week and how Gallman's he's actually a start from here on out. And I think honestly high RB2, at least a flex.
Yeah.
Play. So
I agree.
That will be a saving grace a little bit from his kryptonite.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, Swamp Gem beats Fuck Yahoo 111.82 to 106.84.
I don't know how many times you used unfortunately.
I hate that. I hate him. All right, moving on. This is one that was a huge game because both teams, playoff implications. Dax Ankle versus Unron Dynasty's team? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Holy Will Fuller, first of all. And then, that's how Will Fuller got it. Okay.
Farewell party to Will Fuller. Just, he's like, all right, I'm going to just give you a nice good 32 points. You just traded for me, and now I'm gone.
And goodbye.
Bye. I like you, but I like how you described it. Like, oh, I know how you got those points. I know how you got those yards.
If Will Fuller has made it through this part of the season without getting a hamstring injury, things are looking a little sus.
It's sus. Yep.
It's a little sus. Like
the NFL was like, yeah, we've known you've been hurt every single season you've been in the league, and this year you just, have been like miraculously fine. Yeah,
right. You put up,
not buying it. Not buying. It.
Like somehow you've been hurt all these weeks, but this week, this is week 12, and you're putting up 171 yards and 2 catching touchdowns. Nah, not happening. Not happening, bro. Nope. Again, like I said at the intro, what's up with the Cardinals? They're a Hail Mary away from being 0-4 in the last 4 games. They're one Hail Mary from being 0-4.
Yep. No, this was the first time Murray did not score double digits. And so it definitely looks bad. And 170 yards, it's not good. We'll see how he responds with it. But he looks.
I think he'll respond. But Cliff Kingsbury, man, I mean, this might be too early to say, but I think he's got to go.
Jeez, that is early.
I don't
like a second season.
Fucking little pretty boy. I hate him. The only pretty boy that should be in the league is Sean McVay. That's it.
Dude, have you seen his house though, Cliff Kingsbury?
Is it awesome?
Dude, it's freaking amazing. Like I didn't know Arizona could look like that, but it was like.
Oh, dude, Arizona, like down in Scottsdale and Phoenix area. Yeah. Dude, Arizona's gorgeous. It's just mostly desert.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It is like a desert view, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, no, I want to go down to Phoenix and Scottsdale and visit. Arizona's dope. Just a lot of meth, apparently. Oh no, that's New Mexico. Never mind. We're good.
Oh, we're fine.
It's just right next to it. McKissick is done. Matt, you can stop starting him. Gibson is on fire. Holy shit, he's on fire.
Yep.
Yeah, McKissick, bye-bye. Done. A.J. Brown is a big play guy.
A.J. Brown is amazing. I've known it for quite some time. I've always kind of favored him more over I kind of favored him more over DK Metcalf for a while, but they're both pretty good.
They're both nasty, dude.
They're both really good.
They're both nasty.
I think A.J. Brown's more of the crisp route runner than DK Metcalf is, but DK's just got the better talent.
He's just better.
Yeah.
That's the only way to describe it. It's like how Megatron was. Megatron was just better than everyone else.
Yeah, Megatron was just better than everybody else.
That's the only way to describe it. Like he's just bigger, better, stronger, faster. He's just better than everyone.
Are you like singing Daft Punk? And you didn't notice the adjectives from Daft Punk?
Yeah, that's like I said. I have not had a single original thought in my entire life.
Not a single original thought.
No. What else came from this game? The only good thing to come out of Philly in the last couple of weeks was his name Goddard?
Oh, Dallas Goddard.
Yes. The only bright spot for Philly to come out of Philly is Goddard. Yeah. He's had a solid back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. That's what I think I had.
If you're scouting for next year, yeah.
No, I had one of my notes. I was like, "Go dare!" Like a little like pun, like "goddamn" or "go dare." 16.2 and 17 points back-to-back weeks, like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Wentz has favored tight ends, and it looks like he's starting to develop some chemistry with Goddard.
I agree. If you're Matt, you just got to eat the Allen Robinson points, man. You just got to eat them.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can really do about it. It kind of sucks, but shit, Chicago's offense has been terrible.
Yeah. And then this is a game that they got blown out in, and he produced like that. So you knew that they were going to get blown out. You just kind of didn't think they were going to score that much points. And you don't know how much that was attributed to. I'm not sure how much that was attributed to garbage time as well, which, if that's a regular game, there's no garbage time.
Yeah. I didn't see the game, so I have no idea. Bold move starting Pittman over Juju Smith-Schuster, but then again, you didn't even know what was going to happen with the Pittsburgh Steelers game, so I kind of understand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I wanted to say, the Chiefs can win in any way, shape, or form. So one week it can be Clyde. Next week, which last week against the Raiders, it was Clyde. This week it was Ty Hill. Next week it could be Travis Kelce. So, like, I don't want to say he's inconsistent, but there are going to be weeks where you're going to have to deal with a 5-point week by Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
I think. Now, he doesn't have very many of them, but there's going to be weeks where you have to deal with it.
Yep. That is one to be actually a kind of a kryptonite candidate as well. Although I did not choose him, spoiler alert. But
Okay.
yeah, no, you're right, because the thing is they're not like a normal offense in the sense that, like, you know, when they start running, when they want to run the clock out, it's more like they want to pass the ball, pass the clock out, like pass the time.
Yeah.
So like
that was a good one. That's a good
right.
One.
Pass the time. Just thought of that on the spot. Anyways,
Yeah.
so but yeah, so they'll be on, like, you know, third down, you know, instead trying to, you know, get this drain the seconds, and they'll just pass the ball.
I agree.
And whereas you're like, oh yeah, they're going to take a time. They're going to take a time, or they're going to want the other team to take a timeout here, and it's like, oh yeah, no, we're still going to try to complete this. Like our best player. Do you know Patrick Mahomes? He's our best player.
He's our best player. Yeah, it was like vintage Saints back in the day when Drew Brees was on a tear. We wouldn't run the ball. We would throw the ball. You'd have a better chance of picking up yardage and still running the clock out by throwing the ball. If you ran the ball, you'd get to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to tell Chris was, sucks about Miles Sanders, bud, because like even Doug Peterson had to apologize at the end of the game for giving the ball to Sanders 6 times. Dude, this is like one of your best players, best offensive players. He might be your best offensive player on your team, and you run the ball 6 times. Doug Peterson was like, yeah, we got to try and figure out a way to get the ball to Miles Sanders. You hand the ball off. It's the easiest thing. What do you mean you got to try and figure out how to get Miles Sanders the ball? You hand it off to him. That is all you do. It's not
like a wide receiver where you have to like construct routes to get the defense to kind of, you know, move into a way so you get your main guy open, or get the blocking downfield for screens and stuff. It's like, no, all you got to do is just hand the ball off.
Hand the ball off. That's all you do. What do you mean you got to figure out it? So I'm sorry, Chris, from the bottom of my heart. Doug Peterson's an idiot. I don't know how he won a Super Bowl, but yeah. So hopefully that changes. They figure out how to get their running back the ball.
Yep.
Don't understand. But anyways, I don't really have much else for this game. This one was kind of a blowout.
Yep.
So I have my advice, unless you have something else.
I was kind of confused on the why Robinson was on the bench, and I guess that was because they were playing Green Bay. But
yeah,
I don't know. Robinson is a starting wide receiver in the league, but there's kind of a little bit I've got to that too. My strength and weak and kryptonite for Dak's ankle. I've got his strength honestly looking like Herbert moving forward. I was gonna say Fuller, but you know, with him being out the rest of the season, that's gonna be tough. But Herbert's been a solid play. He's gonna be they're throwing the ball. You know, they giving him the reins to, you know, just flinging around all over the place. And I said Allen Robinson was gonna be his kryptonite, just with the QB situation, but he's a talented enough receiver. I mean, he's probably the most talented receiver to have the worst slew of quarterbacks. I think we talked about that last week. But no, like the most talented receiver to have the worst slew of quarterbacks. But actually, I got a video saved. Apparently, he reenacted all the different catches, like the OBJ catch, the Randy Moss catch. Like he apparently like he's just a talented guy. Let's put it that way. So,
CeeDee
yes,
Lamb
but
had a
I
hell of
think
a
he's
catch.
gonna be the kryptonite because you're gonna have to start him with Fuller out, and the QB situation is just terrible.
It's shit. You're absolutely that's a good one.
Yep.
What about for Chris?
Chris, I've got even though they haven't been looking good, I think Murray's still going to put up points. He's going to be the strength because Murray's
can one player be the strength and the kryptonite?
No, I think even if they are losing at Arizona, I think he still puts up points in fantasy. I think he's just that type of player. He's been that way all year. You know, they've been losing quite a bit, but he's still been putting up good points. I had the kryptonite for Ron Dynasty's team, and it's very fitting. Is that his bench is going to be his kryptonite?
Yes.
He's not going to.
Yes.
I think it's going to be the same thing this year as well. I mean, if you look at his bench right now, he's got Juju, he's got Brandon Cooks, he's got Benny Snell on there.
Melvin
All
Gordon.
People that could have done better than what people that in the starting lineup did.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's going to continuously be that way.
That's perfect. I was going to say that is a good one. The only thing I would say is his strength might be AJ Brown, but I like Kyler Murray too. Kyler Murray's good.
I think he's just a little bit more consistent.
Yeah. So my advice for Matt is, since you're still in the mix, I would start Corey Davis next week against Cleveland. That's my hunch. Went with my gut on that one. Tennessee's rolling. They're both going to be both defenses are going to be looking for the run. They're both going to be just sole run stop. So I think he's going to throw it. It'd be better off for him to throw it, especially in the first half. I think he's going to eat. Him and A.J. Brown are going to eat the first half, and then Derek King Henry is going to eat the second half. Did I say that right? Yeah. Receivers eat first half. Derek Henry eats second half.
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah. Okay. That's my thing. That's my advice for Matt. And then Chris, the likelihood of you making the playoffs, you can still make the playoffs. Likelihood is not great. So from this point on, you do what you do best and create chaos. Your team has the potential to beat anyone and everyone. You have a dominant bench. Do whatever you want. You have the free reins to do whatever it is in Chris's mind. Do whatever you want. Love it. Come on. You don't have this much freedom anytime during the year. So have fun with it. Create some chaos.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see what's in Chris's mind. But no, I'm good.
I actually kind of want to know too. I don't know what I picture. That's something I gotta think about. I'll get back with you on
meditate on that. Here,
I'm gonna write it down. What's in Chris's mind? Okay. Dax Ankle beats I'm Ron Dynasty's team? Huh? 119.94 to 87.3. Moving on to Hell or High Waller versus My Hilarious Name. I'm sorry, bud.
Yeah, just not a good week.
Your team is just not playing well at a necessary time.
Yep.
Now, granted, COVID kind of screwed you, and yeah, COVID definitely screwed you. That was a big one.
Yeah, because if that game, if the Denver New Orleans game's different, Mike Thomas might, if they have their quarterbacks, they might be passing the ball a little bit more so and being aggressive on offense. Stephon Diggs definitely didn't do me any favors. And then I had to start Damian Harris, and I didn't want to start McKinnon because I know they're moving away from McKinnon. He actually has a system. Shanahan actually has a system where he rests running backs when they start getting too much carries.
Yeah.
Which is why he plays that running back by committee. I think I figured out his running back by committee system.
You got it. Yep. There is a system for sure.
It's a system, but he rides a certain running back each game. It's not like it's not because that's why they have some value. Their running backs have some value because somebody will go off, but you have to decipher which one it will be. But I didn't have any choice on this one. I had to go with McKinnon, especially since I couldn't get Frank Gore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, your team, it's just tough because, like, out the gate, I think you started off pretty good. Out the gate, and then, like, you had a lull.
Yeah.
And then and you had a win here, a win there, win here, win there. So
unfortunately, I had to eat those Jarvis Landry points
yeah,
because there's
that
no way to
sucked.
predict that one.
Yeah, the Mike Evans and the Jarvis Landry were you had to eat them. That's tough to swallow. I came up with that one on my own.
Anyways, but
the I think McCaffrey was your ultimate undoing, dude.
Yep, that was the ultimate undoing.
'Cause,
However, I've got 2 more games I can make it into the playoffs if I get wins out of them.
Yes,
So
yes, absolutely.
I'm not out of it yet. So don't you sing that song.
I'm not.
But I have to win the next 2 games. And if I lose one of them, I'm out.
Yep, that is true.
But I think if McCaffrey's back, if James Conner's back, I think this is a different team.
Yep, you get James Conner, and McCaffrey, and then Andrews back in your lineup, and then you figure out which wide receivers are going to do well, dude. In theory, you can do this. In theory, you can do this.
Yep. So, and then I guess we'll go over Holy Gibson.
I literally have that written down.
You had Holy Gibson?
Yeah. Yes. Awesome. He will be fire next year, dude.
Oh,
I think dude, honestly, you got to watch out. The Washington football team, if they can find a quarterback, they will be scary. Because I think they can still win the NFC. Well, anybody can win the NFC East.
Anybody can win the NFC East.
Dude, but, like, I don't know, man. They're looking good. Like, I think their only piece is missing is they have a quarterback who has 1.5 legs. That's it.
Yeah, I think also they've got some things that they can work on a little bit. Maybe some offensive line patchwork. Maybe another complimentary receiver to Scary Terry, and also maybe a solid tight end. I like Logan Thomas, but I don't know I don't know if he's a long-term solution. So, and then maybe fixing up a couple of pieces on the defense, even though the defense is playing good. And I think that's a lot attributed to Ron Rivera. He gets a couple more pieces on there. I think it would be in their best interest because I think Alex Smith does have one more year in him. I think it would be good to use him as a bridge quarterback one more year and fill up the other pieces to the team, and then just bring in a quarterback that's just going to plug and play. Just plug right in with a great surrounding cast, and then you can make a run.
Yeah, I agree. I want to move over to Luther's team for a sec. I'm loving the Taysom Hill start. He's going to get the rushing yards. He's going to get the rushing touchdowns. They're more than pass yards and pass touchdowns. And I think they're still going to keep the same game plan. I don't think New Orleans is going to change it up much.
Yeah.
Also, where do we go with Kareem Hunt? Cam Akers is a little inconsistent.
I think Cam Akers is the play.
You think
Cam Akers is the play moving forward? Yeah, because they really still haven't gotten anything solidified at the Rams as far as rushing wise, and they are running the ball a lot more than they have in the past. They've actually been a run heavy offense at the Rams, so the opportunities are becoming alive for the running backs. It's just nobody's really stepped up. D'Angelo Henderson did step up for a little bit, but he's kind of fading a little bit at this point now. And they drafted Cam Akers pretty high, and this is what they wanted him to be. So if they see that he is capable of being the back, I think they're going to go with him, and I think that's going to be the way it is the rest of the season.
Cam Akers should definitely be in the flex position. I was wondering if he should be in place of Kareem Hunt. But I was looking at his team. It doesn't really look like he has too much of an option. He's got Wilkins, who's not bad. But I think you still have to start Kareem Hunt, unfortunately, because Nick Chubb has just kind of taken over as the lead guy role. I mean, which we knew he was going to do. But it just sucks. It's actually panning out that way for Luther at least. Two more things I had. Atlanta's looking hot, so the Calvin Ridley start is a must, definitely. Devontae Parker, great. Fitzmagic is back, baby. Fitzmagic is back. The wide receivers from Miami are going to be producing again. I said it as soon as they started to way too early. So
yeah.
Okay. My advice. Do you have anything else?
I think that's about it.
Okay. My advice for Luther is continue starting Cleveland defense. Sorry it didn't pan out this time, but I would say continue starting them. Please stop starting Darius Slayton. Just stop. I told you that's just give up on him, man. He's done. And Joe.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Joe. Stop relying so much on Pat's running backs, please. Just stop. It's only going to frustrate you more and more every single week. Stop.
I didn't have a choice on this one, but I do like Harris.
Just from just advice for next year too.
Advice for next year. Yeah, I know it really don't, but Damian Harris I thought was going to change the trend, and especially since they had a new quarterback in there, they were going to be a little bit more run-oriented. But that's neither here nor there. All right. Well, we'll go with strength and kryptonite. I think moving forward, I think it didn't look like it this game, but I think Diggs is still going to be my strength on my team. He's going to be the most consistent. He's probably not going to be the big playmaker. He's not one that scores astronomical points, but he usually is pretty consistent. And then I think, as the way it's been all season, I think it's going to be McCaffrey. He's going to be my kryptonite. At this point,
he's the ultimate kryptonite.
His ultimate kryptonite. He just every week he's like and it's just so worse that he's a day-to-day or week-to-week player because it's like, oh, is he going to be there? Oh no, he's not. He's done.
He's the ultimate tease.
The ultimate tease. And then for Hell or High Waller, Gibson. It's the Gibson show now.
Yeah, it is the Gibson show now.
And he's gonna be the guy. I think he's just unbelievable. He won't score 3 touchdowns every week, but I think he's gonna get all the opportunities moving forward, just the way he played that game. And then it's just fitting for this game, for this name or for this team, is a Waller kryptonite. Waller's gonna be his kryptonite. He has to start him. I mean, as far as the tight end goes, I mean, he might be able to start somebody else. I don't know who's in his lineup. He's got great.
Nobody.
Kittle. No.
Oh, Kittle's done.
Yeah, Kittle's done for the year. So yeah, no, that's gonna be his kryptonite.
Okay. So Hell or High Waller beats My Hilarious Name 102.02 to 72.7. Okay, last matchup. Let's get through this one fairly quickly because I know you gotta go. Lord of the Butt Sex versus Over the Hill.
Lord of the Butt Sex.
Huff is peaking at the right time.
Yep.
Even without Tyreek Hill in the lineup, he still had a fire week.
Oh yeah.
Like you take let's take out half of those points, or let's give him 20 points. He still has. You take out 40 points. He still has 111. Like he still had a great week without Ty even doing half of what he did. And that is with Derek Carr scoring 1.6 points.
Yep. Derek Carr scoring 1.6 1.6 points.
Yeah. When your quarterback scores 1 and you still score over 151 points,
it was your week.
Yeah, it was your week. His bottom end looks really good, though. That's the thing. His bottom end looks very, very good.
Sterling Shepard, Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas did good. Not a lot of receiving catches, which is a little worrisome, but still got that tight end. He's getting those targets in the red zone. Dan Bailey getting you 10 points. That's always nice to see. In Pittsburgh, getting over 10 points. Defense is always fantastic.
Dan Bailey. Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you, Luke, for the Hinton start, the Kendall Hinton start. It brings so much joy to my life. I appreciate that. But with that being said, na 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 na.
Hey, goodbye.
We should have done that like 4 weeks ago, but oh well.
We kept them in.
Young Hoku is still on the fucking bench. What the hell? What the hell is that?
Yep. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm in protest because that's what people do nowadays. Free coup. Free coup. Like, what is he doing on your bench? Just the free coup.
Give him
Free
to
the
me.
young Hoku.
I need
Free
him.
coup. Free coup. Free coup. Free coup.
Huff, I told you to start Tom Brady. I told you. I told him last week. I told you to start Tom Brady. He always does very, very well after a bad loss. Instead he starts eyeliner Derek Carr.
Yep. Nope. You did tell him that.
I did.
Did tell him Tom Brady.
Again, congrats, Luke, on starting 2 quarterbacks in a non-2 quarterback format.
That was clever.
Even though Hinton got you minus 0.78.
2 interceptions. Didn't really think that one all the way through.
No. But then again, does he think anything all the way through? He's just had such a terrible season. Like, Ronald Jones II last week had a terrible game, and he was in a starting lineup. Then he benches him, and he has a good game. Like, and then Zeke does the same thing. It's been like just a tough year for Luke, but he's made the best of it, and he's made me smile, and that's all that matters to me. Also, he started Fitzpatrick because Fitzmagic is back, baby.
Fitzmagic is back.
Yeah.
No, that's always exciting to see, and especially a team like him that has nothing to lose. Just throw it out there.
I love it. So this one was the biggest blowout. I didn't really have too much on this one. My advice. Did you have anything else though?
No, just
okay. My advice for Luke is keep entertaining us, please. It's greatly appreciated. I love it. I know other people appreciate it too. And then simply for Huff, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep playing the way you're playing. Maybe start Tom Brady instead of Derek Carr, but for the most part, keep it going.
Keep it going. Yep. No, that's some good advice. I've got the strength for Lord of the Butt Sex. I've got, Young Hoku is going to be his strength going forward. I mean, the guy is just putting up astronomical points. I don't know why he's still on the bench. I mean, I don't know why you have him because you know you're going to favor Greg the Leg anyways every single time. But just freak coup. But, I mean, also he's going to be your strength. But, all right, and your weakness is just going to be players going off and you not being able to go in the playoffs. Because Ezekiel Elliott could go off, Travis Kelce could go off, and Cooper Kupp could go off, and
Ronald
all
Jones.
over the place. Ronald Jones could go off. Hines can go off. Yeah, no, you're just going to definitely see like these players go off, and you're just going to be like, well, that's not going to really do anything. But over the hill, I got the strength of his team this whole year, James Robinson.
Yep.
I mean, you could take Tyreek Hill, but
I thought you were going to say Tyreek Hill, and then I was going to correct you. But yeah, James Robinson has been a fucking baller.
He's been a baller. He's going to be the most consistent strength moving forward. And I think the kryptonite is going to be his QBs. I think, if he overplays it, it's going to be, he's just not going to be able to figure out exactly which one to play. And I think it could be his kryptonite.
Both are liable to put up 30 plus. Both are liable to go less than 5.
Yeah. So I think that'll be his kryptonite moving forward, which I don't think it shouldn't bother him too much with the way his team's been playing. So
right.
That's the bright side of it, but I think that'll be it.
Alrighty. Do you have anything else?
I think that's about it.
Lord of the Butt Sex loses to Over the Hill, 84.5 to 151.02. Let's cut it short because I know you got to go. But this was good. Everybody set your lineup for today. Do we have a Thursday night game today?
There should be some. It might not be.
I don't think we have a Thursday night game. But anyways, set your lineup.
Might have moved. It might have been. Was it the Steelers and they moved it?
Or I think they might have moved it. Yeah, because they have a Tuesday game next week for sure.
So.
But okay, all right. If you don't have anything else,
That's about
I'm
it.
done. All right. Love y'all.
All right, later.